Hello there, my YouTube friends and fans. Welcome to Modern Warfare 2. Yes, this is not DMC for once. All my videos have been about DMC. This is actually just a multiplayer, which I play every day too, before or after DMC or in between or whatever. So I wanted to post this game first of all because it's a game where I'm starting with the pistol because I'm trying to rank up the Basilisk, which is a gun that you find in DMC. And I've been just using the Basilisk in all the games lately, but sometimes, and that's the case here, I have to switch to my regular gun because I can get a lot more kills with the regular gun. It's faster, it's more accurate. And, you know, when I see that my team is losing, then I feel like I cannot be selfish and just kind of do my weapon grinding. I have to actually participate in the match a little bit more and help out because, you know, we need to win, right? And for those of you who are still kind of pretty new in FPS gaming or maybe don't do so well, I could just give you a really good tip, something that I had to learn the hard way. And just through, you know, becoming more mature in gaming is that stop worrying so much about the death kill ratio. Nobody really cares. At the end of the day, nobody cares. If you stress too much about the death kill ratio, you automatically don't play as well because your brain is so wrapped around that you cannot really focus 100% on what you're actually supposed to do, which is, you know, play the objective, help your team out, make decisions that are crucial every step of the way. And so, you know, for example, when I'm trying to play here with a pistol only for the whole match, I know that my death kill ratio will suffer quite a bit because I am just not as good with a pistol as I am with an SMG or an assault rifle. And I think a lot of people are not. That's why you don't see a lot of people run around with a pistol. There's some people that are extremely good with it, and I'm always in awe how they do it. But, you know, everyone has their own, you know, skills, what they're good at and what they're not good at. And so, you know, I want to, for example, try a new weapon just because I think it's interesting to kind of rank it up to see what all the attachments are or for some other reason, and then I'm just going for it and I don't care and I have so much fun. Let's say I would like worry so much about the death kill ratio, I would just get angry every time when at the end of the match and I see the stats and I'm just like getting frustrated. And you know, you hear always about those people who throw their controllers, and I've been there, you know, like 10 years ago or even longer than that. I've done all that, so I have to admit that, you know, we all have like this inner person that just wants to win and is very competitive. Most people are very competitive. Most people don't like to lose. That's just not a nice feeling. But you know, to be honest, as long as I'm not on the very bottom of the scoreboard, I'm actually a happy camper. I really don't care. I never expect to be on the very top. As long as I'm like somewhere in the middle or even the second to last, I'm fine. You know, I feel kind of bad if I'm very lost. I'm always thinking, what did I do wrong? You know, what could I have done better? And yeah, it does. I have to admit, it does kind of get you a little bit. And as you just saw, I still have this really old habit of checking the scoreboard all the time. That's just something that I've done years and years and years ago, and I just kind of can't drop that habit. And so I just saw that I'm on the very bottom. I'm like thinking, oh, okay, this other team, this enemy team is really, really good. Is there anything I can do to kind of trick them out a little bit so we are more, you know, getting ahead a little bit, because our team is really suffering right now from them because they're playing really, really good. And so I'm actually able to turn this game totally around, as you will see. Not just me, my whole team, obviously, but I'm pretty sure that if I would have just continued doing my pistol thing, it may have turned out different because I got a lot of kills here as the game progressed. And that's again why I want to say that, you know, if you can drop your ego and just kind of try to go for the win instead of going for your own personal stats, you will probably find that you have a lot more fun. You will be more relaxed and more focused, and at the end you probably will walk away with an awesome death kill ratio anyway, without even having worked hard for it. So just saying that, maybe try it. I mean, if that doesn't work for you, then that's a thing, but that's just something that I've learned and I've heard from other players that have, played for years and years and years. And that's something that you just have to kind of gain maturity for it. You may not be in the right position yet, but you will eventually realize that that's the way to go. The reason I got frustrated after a while is mainly because Call of Duty back then, when I started with Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 1, way back then, I don't even know how long ago that was, you couldn't really turn off all the chat like automatically. You have to kind of mute each person separately in every match, and that often became a hassle, so sometimes I didn't do it, and then I had to listen to all this bullying and BS talk, and that was just so annoying, and it spoiled the game a lot for me, and it was just, I couldn't really focus on the gameplay so much anymore because I was listening to all this BS, and I just realized that I needed to stop playing this game. It kind of went into a direction anyway that I didn't like anymore. It was more focused towards teenagers. There's mainly teenagers playing it, not a lot of adults. And then I found out that where the adults are is actually in Battlefield. There's mainly adults playing Battlefield because it's a way more tactical and serious game. And I became a huge fan. I became a Battlefield veteran. I played thousands and thousands of hours for years, and I absolutely was a huge fan of the series until Battlefield 2042 came out, and I was just like, okay, this game is no longer what it was. Now Battlefield is going into the wrong direction. What are we gonna do? I don't have any FPS games anymore that I like. But then I heard so many good things about this game that they went back to the roots and about the awesome single player, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna risk paying the $80 because I don't have anything else to play, and if anything, I could just enjoy the single player at least. I was actually really worried about even trying the multiplayer because of the bad experience that I had, and I really was not ready to listen to any of this BS going on, all the bad chat, and so I thought, okay, I paid so much money for the game, let me just kind of try it out. I can always get out if it's bad. And I went into the settings, the first thing I did, and I turned off chat, and that was really like, wow. I don't hear anyone talk. It's amazing. It's just like Battlefield. I don't hear anyone talk. I can actually focus on the gameplay, and it's very peaceful for me, and I do a lot better because I don't have to listen to all this chitter chatter and the nonsense that's going on. It is wonderful. So I hear a lot of other gamers say, oh my god, what do I do with all this mean talk that's going on? I'm like, why don't you just turn off the chat? Just turn it off. Why would you not turn it off? Well, I don't know if it's going to be something important. No, there's not going to be anything important. Forget it. There's nothing important, trust me. There's just a lot of BS and you don't want to hear it. It's not worth it. It's just stressful and it's nonsense. You don't need to listen to it. It's actually damaging. So just turn it off. And let me tell you, all the people that listen to me, they are so happy they did. Because they're like happy campers now. Playing much better and just enjoying the game a lot more. So there's another tip for you in case you have this same feeling about it.
Last minute.
So we're here almost at the end of the game, and the opposite team turned out not to be as good after all. I mean, they're good, but they're not like overly good. They're not like killing us. We're actually killing them, believe it or not. So, sometimes you get intimidated by an enemy team because they just kind of wreck you at the beginning, but if you just start focusing and have a plan, you will actually, a lot of times you can actually turn the game around. Not always, but a lot of times. And I'm like 57 years old, so if I can do it, you can do it. You're probably a lot younger than me. And another tip is like, if you see that your team is like running in packs, then you know why you're losing. It's always important that you are spreading out into different directions. You have a much better chance to win than if the whole team is sticking together. Because especially if you do objective-based games, and if you wonder why the enemy team is doing so well, it's probably because they know that. So as you can see, we won and I didn't do bad at all. I was actually in the top 2 and my death kill ratio is fantastic and I didn't even try. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, happy gaming, take care, bye bye.